Greetings, fellow nerds. Welcome to another MTG NerdPhil video. We are continuing our last day of Kaldheim preparation. It's been a crazy 3 weeks. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing some of the decks that you think will be looking really strong in standard, some fun decks and some trial decks that we've definitely been testing out to see if it'll be good for Kaldheim. I've just been enjoying it. Thank you all so much for your support during that time. It's been a crazy 3 weeks, and the channel's been growing because of it. So thank you all for your support. As you know, I'll be grinding Kaldheim standard like crazy, thinking of new wacky decks, thinking of odd cards to use for your meta decks, and just helping you out. See if you want to climb the ranked ladder in a different way, in a surprise way. You know how it works. So today we are going to look at Jund Deathtouch, very similar to the Golgari Deathtouch. We just get a little bit more flavor with the red added in, and I wanted to kind of make full use of that somehow, and really make sure that we were taking full advantage. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of tricolor or more, unless your mana base is set, and of course we don't have all the pathways, and we're not playing Cultivate, so it's a little tricky. So this deck does have its weak points, but for the most part, it's pretty good. It's like an upgraded version of Golgari if you've got the right curve and if you're kind of making sure that you're stabilized. So let me show you what we're working with. And before we get started, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit that alarm bell, whatever helps you find me a little bit easier in the future. And, obviously you can continue to support the channel in a, cool way. So let's get started. So first off, we got Falmar Knight. Pretty good card in general. Great one drop if need be. To Drew a Blightblade. Playing this because elves could be a thing. I mean, it is going to be a thing, but we don't know how many more Deathtouch elves are going to make that much of an impact in this type of deck. But I figured we put it in here because it's like an upgraded version of the snake in that sense. So we got Feed the Swarm. I'm thinking about this for the control matchup, which is why it's only 2 of. Like, I'm honestly, like, paying 6 to get rid of a Shark Typhoon might be worth it. So it's kind of my line of thinking. Heartless Act for the removal. We are playing Kroxa. So this is where the red comes in. I'm thinking about playing against Mill more importantly. So it at least gives us a little bit of something to use. We got Shovel, of course. Hooded Blightfling, our alternate win condition when we don't have Fynn out, Fynn the Fangbear. Murderous Rider, because removal and a little bit of dual utility with the lifelink creature. Of course, we got the Nighthawk Scavenger, works pretty good in this deck. Questing Beast, of course. And then we are playing the Zagreus. The Flying Deathtouch Ace, pretty good here. Is only going to come out for 5 because we're only playing Rogues. We don't play any other party members that have Deathtouch. But what's important here is that he has haste, and so the opponent might think, okay, I can block this amount and I'll be at 8 poison counter, and then you play a Zagreus that they don't have an answer to, and then all of a sudden you win. So might be good here, but it is a 2-of because the red again is more of the splash. And I am playing 2 Garuks, just trying it out. I think Garuk could be a good top end for this deck. We got Agadeem's Awakening, 4 Castle Lockwings, 3 Swamps, 3 Mountains, 6 Forests, 2 of the Gruul Pathways, and 4 Fabled Passage. So we are playing a full set of Fabled Passage. And my line of thinking for that is, we do have a Kroxa, and we want to fuel our graveyard in a meaningful way, just so that we have him as a plan B when we face against Mill. So, yeah, I'm a little skeptical of that deck. Again, it's tricolor. Honestly, you're probably a little bit better, a little bit safer playing Golgari, but if you want that surprise factor, definitely this is the way to go. So we're gonna keep this easy peasy. So turn 1, I'm actually going to just play the Falmar Knight. And then turn 2, we can Fabled Passage for the land that we might be missing. So, yep, a little Fabled Passage here. Get in there for 1. So, what would I replace? Kroxa, maybe. I'm not really sure if I would necessarily replace the Kroxa with the with Fynn the Fangbear, just because again I kind of like that he has Kroxa has a secondary use in this deck, so there's that to consider. Probably the Garuks. I don't know if I need a super heavy top end for this kind of deck, but I'm just trying it out. Again, Kaldheim preparation weeks that we've been doing are more about the kind of we're trying and experimenting, seeing what's good, seeing what's not good, you know, all that fun stuff. So really wanted a green source there, but that didn't happen. So that being said, let's play the Blightblade and then hold up for the Murderous Rider. So we do need a green source, or I mean a second green source. We have one green source ready to go. Alright, Elspeth's Nightmare, pretty good here, honestly. Perfect target for the card. So, alright. So we'll play this tapped. I didn't want to pay the 3 life just to get it Palmarnai out. Didn't seem to make that much sense to me. We do lose the Garruk, unfortunately, so it kind of sucks, but what are you going to do? So I think this is mono black artifacts. Oldie but a goodie. Alright, we got Murderous Ridered. Alright, so yep, we didn't. Again, this is why I'm always a little skeptical of tricolor. It just sometimes it just, you know, if you don't have the right mana curve or you don't have the right lands, just kind of really, you know, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot. Alright, this isn't too bad. We're not like super draw heavy by any means, so I'm not too worried about that. Alright, Heartless Act could be useful here. In there for 2. Just want to note that, you know, we've attacked, I think, 4 times. I calculate, you know, you should be attacking 12 to 14 right now, but I don't know how much that's going to make a difference. So I'm actually going to Heartless Act here, not going to Murderous Rider. The reason for that is that this could be saved for a Planeswalker, so makes a lot more sense to save this guy. Okay, perfect. We did find the Fabled Passage, which also helps get rid of a land that we may not need in the future. Now, of course, we do need a second red source for the Kroxa once we get that going, but so what I like about this is that we have an answer to Extinction Event, because he'll probably call even, but we're still left with 2. Yep. And again, we're keeping, you know, we've attacked him, I think, about 7 times now, so that's pretty good. I'm going to play the Shovel here. So at this point, if we had a Fynn, the Fangbear, you know, we probably would have won. So this, you know, these type of decks are going to be interesting to kind of look at in the future. I'm still going to hold up the Murderous Rider. I mean, there's no reason not to, honestly. Oh, and we just won the game, so there you go. So, didn't see the red, but again, just having that option was nice. Just having that option if we drew the Zargos, because that's also haste, keep that in mind. Could have played it for 5, flying haste, boom, bada beam, problem solved. So, kind of having that as a secondary backup plan was nice to know that I could, you know, I could have drawn a Questing Beast or Zargos, won the game. Keep in mind, we didn't even need a Hooded Blightwing, and that also speeds up the clock. So, I mean, for me personally, I mean, I love playing with Risk, but I'm a little bit also like thinking about like, this is a best of 1, right? This is not a best of 3. If this was best of 3, I probably would prefer Jund over Golgari, because you have more room in the sideboard to make your flexibility changes. But in a best of 1, when you have no other chances, you want to be consistent, right? So for me personally, it's it would be Golgari all the way. But you know, again, Jund gives you that extra surprise factor they just don't think about, which is nice. So that's just kind of my line of thinking. There's an attack here, so it actually tells me a lot of information, honestly. Play the Swamp. So Kroxa is actually not going to be like super good in this matchup. I like to make the trade here. All right, that's cool with me. I'll just play Deathtouch number 2. Because of the Scavenging Ooze, and the fact that he traded it means that he probably has another one ready to go. So that's something to consider as well. Honestly, we might need to play this Fabled Passage for the green, just given how it's going. We'll play this. We'll play the. I want to attack here because I don't want to trade the Scavenging Nighthawk Scavenger with the Questing Beast. Alright, so we do have a Great Henge. It's going to be pretty rough, honestly, but, you know, it is what it is. It's not, like, the biggest deal in the world, but, again, more than anything, we want to keep how many times we've attacked with a Deathtoucher, not necessarily if we can get them to 0, because poison counters, you don't need to get to 0. Okay, so, you know, I am going to do the unfortunate thing. Unfortunately, we're not going to search for a red here. Which sucks. I would love to play a Croxa, but it's just not particularly useful right now. So, and if he trades here with Questing Beast or Lovestruck Beast, that's okay because we have a second one in hand. So we've dealt one so far. Something to note. Again, I want to shoot for like 12 to like 14. That's generally in this Kaldheim preparation video. That's, you know, you don't want to just do 10 because we don't have Fynn Fangbear out. That's the thing. We don't have him out yet. Okay, so this is fine. We can at least hold back the Nighthawk Scavenger. We're going to take the trample damage, but I'm okay with that. It's definitely worth trading for a 5/5 flight. Jeez. Okay, we got all the questing beasts that we could ever ask for, so that's interesting. So I am going to attack with the Falmar Knight. Getting rid of that 1/1 could be key here, just in case he has another Lovestruck Beast. He'll have to, you know, at least make do with little resources. So I'm okay with that personally. Done 2 so far. Something important to note. Done 2. 2 creatures with Deathtouch have gone through. So I would like to draw a red source, of course, for the Croxa, and we'll need a second one to get him from out of the graveyard. So he's getting a little flooded, it looks like, which works in our favor. I don't mind. It doesn't. It's good for me. Ooh, Stonecoil Serpent, pretty good here. Pretty good here. Not gonna lie. All right, I'll offer the trade. I mean, I'm gonna be taking trample, but I get rid of a much more bigger threat. So, all right, we're not gonna draw a red source today. That's fine. All right, we've done 3. Done 3. All right. Ooh, also has a. Okay. All right. It's a little rough, but it's to be expected. I mean, he has the Great Henge. What are we gonna do, right? So we'll block here. Yeah, I know it has trample, but we have to get rid of it at some point. I'm not guaranteed to draw a Murderous Rider. Nope. I don't think I can afford to take 3. All right, so we drew all of our questing beasts. That was a interesting. It's interesting. I think he blocks here because I mean it has vigilance. So, doesn't block. Interesting. That means he's a Promomite probably. So it's probably a good game. We've done 4, but obviously not enough. Great Henge is just a great resource engine for the mono green to use. Of course, I use it myself. Okay, yeah, we can scoop. Oh, well, okay. Not yet, not yet. I might draw a Murderous Rider, right? I might, right? I don't quite think Shovel gets me there. Because I take 7... I actually take exact... Oh, it's protection from multicolor, that's the thing. Okay. So we drew 4 questing beasts, which like normally I wouldn't complain about, but in this type of deck you actually want a good spread of your creatures. You don't want to pump all your mana into a questing beast all the time. So, and that's why you have a good spread of removal cards as well. Which I mean, obviously Heartless Act wouldn't have gone there, but Feed the Swarm, Murderous Rider would have been perfect. But you gotta work with what you have. So, yeah, I mean, that's again what happens when you play 3 colors. Sometimes you don't find that 3rd color and you're kind of stuck with oh, we have to mulligan this. Okay, we can keep this. And again, we don't have a red source, so Croxa's gonna have to go, which unfortunate, but it is what it is. And we also do need a second green source for I don't think I'm willing to pay 3 for a 1/1 Deathtouch. Doesn't make that much sense to me. So again, we're kind of in this weird spot of like, am I gonna you know, get the card I need, or, you know, am I kind of left up to fate here? So play this because we're just going to play the 1/1. Alright, so looking for a green source here. And again, this is, I mean, now we're just playing Golgari Deathtouch. So again, the red is nice and a best of one. Yeah, see, we just drew a dead card. So again, I guess I should have played the forest, honestly, just in case I thought I was gonna draw a green source, but I mean, he probably has Shadow the Sky or, you know, all that stuff. Well, there is the green source, so alright, kind of a mistake here, but I'm okay with that, honestly. So if he plays Doom Foretold, we'll probably just scoop here because we just don't really... Oh, he's playing Pacifism. That's super weird. Alright, sure. I guess that's a thing. Which is Talisman? Okay, I haven't seen this card in a while. I'm going to search for a card and... Okay, interesting. He's probably got a reason why he's playing that, right? I'm not really sure what we're facing against. Alright, we've done 3 times, so it's important to note. So he's gonna look for whatever he wants, and then I get to look for whatever I want. I also could just like not use it, I guess. Okay, he's playing Pacifisms. I wonder if he's doing that because of the escape mechanic that's so popular right now. That would be kind of my thought personally. So it's like, hey, now I'm stuck with not 3, but 2 for sure. This is so interesting. I think he's playing Pacifism solely because he's like, I don't want escape mechanics to like ruin my day. Okay, so this was a nice pickup here. Get our red. And I guess I'll just play this Argoth, like, I don't know, why not? Kind of weird, but here we are. Attacked 4 times, I think, with Deathtouch creatures. That's also important to note. Gets above the walls too, which is nice. Yeah, this is I'm not really sure what we're playing against, but it's some form of control because we got Pacifism going. He kept on top. That's not necessarily a good sign for me. Got another Pacifism. Pacifism number 3 coming right up. Okay, Banishing Light. Yeah, he's going for it, like, he's like trying to not put things in my graveyard, which is like an interesting way of doing things. So, all right, well, we'll get 2 wolves here at least. No need to This is so whack. Like, I'm not really sure what's happening, but here we are, right? I'm holding up the Heartless Act. I do expect like Ashiok to come in and like kind of ruin my day a little bit, so something to consider. So he's probably playing Extinction Events over Shadow Sky just based on like how he's using his removal spells, which is weird. Like, I wouldn't put Pacifism because your mono white is playing like the Light of Hope card or whatever, the 1 mana thing that allows you to you know, either gain 4 life, put a +1/+1 counter, or destroy target enchantment. So that, I mean I would just play Glass Cassets or this is kind of nice. Yeah, I get 2 counters now. Now I get an emblem. It's kind of nice. I think that really, I didn't think he would play Shadow this guy, honestly. That's kind of strange to me. So I'm instantly going to go for the emblem here. Just because that's generally better for me. Alright, you have to discard a card, which is nice. So he doesn't have a counter spell, because I would have imagined he would have countered this. Gets rid of another Shatter the Sky. So that's nice. Yeah, I'm honestly super surprised that he plays Shatter the Sky, just given how much like exile pacifism stuff he was playing. So it's interesting. It's interesting for sure. So all right, castle. What's this one? Vantress, that's right. That's actually pretty good. Scrying 2. Oh wow, okay, he really wants to look for something. And it's going into his hands. That's important to note. So I'm probably gonna lose Garruk here, which, whatever. I mean, he still got a 7 Deathtouch likely trample flight. That's so many keywords on a card. Doom Foretold. Oh, that's actually fairly easy for me. I just get rid of the Witch's Talisman. What the heck? This is so weird. I'm not really sure what's happening. Resolve. And get rid of that. I mean, I don't need it. Oh, wow. That was actually really good. Yeah, I'll take 4. Yeah, this is why I play Feed the Swarm. Just for those control matchups. Like, obviously it's a sideboard card. But, here, very good. So, yeah, another Doom Foretold wouldn't do it. So, I think we got this. And we have a Castle Lockwing we can activate. Take 2. Alright, Scry to the bottom. That's a good sign for us. Ooh, Dream Trawler. Alright, so we're gonna... Well, unfortunately, all our stuff has Trample, too. Deathtouch Trample also actually means to take 7 to the face, so... Yeah. I love Deathtouch Trample. Such a crazy good combo. Alright, cool. So... Does this work? Yes, it works. It gives you a little bit of surprise factor. Is this something I recommend? Best of 1, I mean, again, you're probably a little safer playing the Golgari in a best of 1. Best of 3, probably. You have a little bit more flexibility. You have a sideboard to work with. You can even switch like your mana base if need be. And obviously the mana base will be better once we get the full set of the pathway. So that is also something to consider. I mean, again, we did, get some wins here, but, those were some, we lost to, a common meta deck, which is, something important to note. So, consider that in mind, but, I'll probably try it out. I'll probably play a best of 1 standard, and, we'll get the full kind of detail there. So, just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Right now, up top is a video of my most recent upload. And right below that is a video that YouTube thinks that you specifically will like. So go ahead and check those out. Explore the channel. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, hit the alarm bell if you're still here. That means you were entertained, at the very least. You thought I had something to offer. So, keep coming back. And again, thank you for, riding these 3 weeks out with me for Kaldheim prep. And then, now we're going to get straight into it. Next time you see me, we'll be full throttle into Kaldheim. And I'll be featuring decks that, hopefully you might consider. And then if you want to climb the standard ranked ladder in a fun way. So I'll see you around for your next NerdPhil.